What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid trance, but we're going to listen to some very melodic and like progressive acid trance, although I would say don't let that fool you into thinking this is going to be a super bright, sort of floaty tune. We're talking Platipus. Platipus, label run, I believe, primarily by Simon Barry, and indeed he's one of the two people who comprise Union Jack, the artist in this track, for a long time. I do believe the second guy, Claudio, in more recent years, maybe like 10 years ago or so, he left the group and another guy came in. I think his name is Paul. So in more recent times, I think Union Jack is Simon Barry with this guy Paul. But you know, the classic releases back in the day were Simon Barry with this guy Claudio. So I don't know much about Claudio or the other guy, but I do know, you know, again, Simon Barry, I think he's, you know, the main guy in the label and, you know, behind a lot of the sort of, you know, creative direction of the label, which is like really atmospheric and sort of, I mean, I don't even know how you describe this label compared to some others, because I'll talk about Noom. Oh, Noom Records, very atmospheric, and Time Unlimited, yes, definitely. You know, and Eve Records and so on, Telica. But this is like a different flavor. Again, it's more in the like realm of melody, but a lot of tracks have drive, they have acid. Indeed, I would say it's an acid trance label. Sure, there's a lot of tracks that are, you know, melody only, or they're not acid trance, they're like proper melodic progressive trance, but there's a lot of acid on the label. It's just this kind of like slightly darker sounding melodic acidic trance label. And they just have so many classics. So again, we're going to listen to a tune by Union Jack, which is, you know, one of the most popular acts, if you will, on the label. Although, like, a couple of the other tunes, like Two Moons and a Full Trout, or is it, I think that's what it's called. I think that one is even more popular, although, you know, I don't actually think it's as good as either tune on this record or some of the other stuff they did. But regardless, let's get to it. This is, I believe, from 97, or is it 98? Another one from 97. So yes, it's December 97. We're talking Platipus Records, which is a UK label, as I said, run by Simon Barry. And this is Simon Barry, and what is the surname? Claudio Giussani. Yeah, basically this is Union Jack. The track is Yeti, and it's 1997, and the cat number is Platipus 36. And apparently there's a fluff ball, so apologies. What's up, kitty? Acid transformer. Sending and or receiving signals. Or powering that process anyway. Teacups. Bit of a live wire sound. It's like walking into a dark forest. There's some aesthetic beauty and like allure, but it also looks dangerous. Did I mention there was acid? Fast hat, really precise. Acid warbling hotter. Which is a weird phrase if you parts. That cymbal, that roll too. Oh, very electric acid. And yet, we now have just arrived at the real star moment. I always get things in my eyes when I do these videos. Like some trance, big build up, whatever. It's just moody. Moody is a word that you could use. I like how the sharp edges of the acid, it's just on the like periphery of the main like melodic line. It's like electrified all around the melody. And now you're like meteorites of acid. I love that, again, acid, it's like, it can serve as a bass line, it can serve as like a melodic lead, it can like accompany or serve like as a rhythmic support element. It's like, it can do so much. Apparently we've set off an alarm in the forest and we need to retreat rapidly. Like we've been drugged by some poisonous like plant and we'll remember nothing of that journey the next day. Crazy. Again, this label, it really kind of found its own space. Again, some of the tunes are not quite as sort of like dark and brooding as that. Some of them have like more of a melody. I'm thinking of like Calling Your Name. Libra Presents Taylor, I think it is. Either way, yeah, the the label has some variety of trance flavors, but I think that track is actually like very indicative of the style that they kind of found and were sort of doing like no other trance labels did. And again, I'm into a lot of really great trance labels from the 90s. I mentioned them, like Eve, Telica, Noom, Time Unlimited. You know, there's more if I had more time to think about it. But yeah, bottom line, this label again is great, and it's unique essentially. They kind of did their own thing. So yeah, shout out to Simon Barry and Union Jack at that time. Again, the tune on the other side called Cockroach, a really cool tune too. Not quite as like brooding as this, but it's got acid, it's got atmosphere, it's fantastic. It is for me maybe the 1A, or sorry, the 1B, whereas this would be the 1A. It's like I wouldn't necessarily even call it second place, but yeah, I do think this is probably my favorite on the release. Apparently I have 2 copies. When I opened up the page on Discogs, it says that I added one like basically when I first joined Discogs, then I added another one like 9 years ago, so gotta look into that. Sometimes I do have doubles of records that I didn't realize I had. Other times it's the other way around. Sometimes it'll say that I have a double on Discogs, and then I'll go through and it's clear that like I must have just like mistakenly entered it twice, because it's like, no, I do not have 2 copies of this. So we'll have to see, but either way, let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Peace.